Once again, I received a call from the hotel postponing the wedding. Designer Amelia feels that the wedding design is still not perfect enough. It needs further refinement. She casually brushed it off with a few words, yet she felt very calm inside. Since my proposal was accepted, this is the 10th postponement, and it will be the last one. Because yesterday, I saw her post a question on social media using a fake account. Should a person marry someone who loves them, or should they wait for the person they love to change their mind? Her best friend advised her, "You and Ethan's relationship is over. Lucas treats you so well. It's okay even if you throw a lot of tantrums. It's time to think it through." But Amelia doesn't feel that way. She sent a frustrated emoji. "I just feel uncomfortable inside. You can't settle for a lifetime with someone you don't love. And Ethan is about to return to the country. Let's talk about it then. If it really doesn't work, I'll find another way." After saying that, she yanked off the ring. Without hesitation, I threw it into the trash can. She didn't want that kind of alternative relationship. "Lucas, why was the wedding canceled in the hospital waiting room?" Everyone gathered together, carefully asked. "This is the 10th time. I used to always say to postpone. This time it's a cancellation." They watched as my mood shifted from happy to calm. I also felt a bit uncomfortable inside. I smiled faintly, showed a slight smile. "Still young, I want to do more things. Getting married might delay that. By the way, about that opportunity for the overseas seminar, you all don't want to go, then I will go." The director saw me forcing a smile, so he let me into the office. He asked me seriously, "Is something wrong at home? If there's a problem, just say it. Don't keep it bottled up inside." I shook my head, efforts to suppress the displeasure in my heart. "Forget it. If you don't want to talk, then forget it. Young people always find a way to solve problems. Good things will always happen at the next stop. Life will get better and better." The director gently patted my shoulder. He handed me the application form. "Today's seminar is exactly about the robotic minimally invasive technology you are interested in. Corey recommended you to participate. I originally thought you would skip this meeting because of your wedding." I felt a warmth in my heart. I took the application form. I promised earnestly, "Director, I will work hard to study. I won't let the hospital down." After the communication, my mood improved a lot. The break room is filled with little gifts from my colleagues. There are none of these tasty snacks outside. You'll miss them when the time comes. I couldn't help but laugh. I really need to enjoy good food during this time. Now there's only one night shift left. A few hospitalized patients started joking around. "Lucas is getting married soon. You look really good. The night shift is no problem for him at all." I was just thinking of hitting back at them. Unexpectedly, Amelia appeared behind me. She politely greeted a few patients. Then we arrived at the break room. She grabbed my tie and pushed me onto the sofa with a charming expression. Marrying me made her feel alive. Then I must be her elixir. Her coat slipped off gently. The snowflake tattoo on her shoulder was revealed. I once asked her why she got that tattoo. She casually said it looked good. Until that day, I finally understood. She used this way to remember Ethan, hoping to be a better match with him. She leaned closer to me, wanting to kiss me, but I gently dodged away. In the hospital, "This isn't good." She wasn't even angry. "Stand up and open the thermal container. The aroma instantly fills the air. I made your favorite braised pig trotters. I thought about how hard it is for you working the night shift. Recently, I've also been experiencing leg cramps. It feels really uncomfortable inside. This dish is a special recipe I learned just for you." She is always so attentive. She can always sense my discomfort right away, but I haven't touched my chopsticks at all. Yet my heart feels heavier. Clearly, her concern for me is so obvious, but I know in my heart, all of this is fake. I've always been a backup option. The one she loves in her heart is not me. Amelia looks a bit confused. She rests her chin on her hand and asks me what's wrong. "Is it because the food doesn't suit your taste?" I put the pig trotters together and said, "I ate too much for dinner. I'm not hungry anymore." Amelia didn't say anything else. She quietly waits for me to finish work in the break room. She always takes such good care of me. Even if I have to work the next day, she would still wait for me to get off work. Not a single complaint when I got home. She was already so tired that she fell asleep. yet I couldn't sleep at all. No matter what, I just couldn't fall asleep. I opened her alternate account again and saw her status updates. At the top was a photo of them holding hands, fingers interlocked. The caption read, "Feeling each other's heartbeat," although I couldn't see her face. I recognized Amelia at a glance, because she was still wearing the engagement ring I gave her. The other hand clearly belonged to a man. It must be Ethan. In the comments section, everyone was sending their blessings. Choosing to be with the one you love is the right choice. After all, life is so long. Being with someone you don't love, you have to act every day. Pretending to be a loving couple is really boring. I felt a bit upset inside. I looked at the sleeping Amelia. I really wanted to ask her, "Are you acting every day?" I haven't slept all night. As a result, I developed a high fever. My head feels heavy and foggy. I can only hear Amelia busying around. She's constantly nagging. She says I love to kick the blankets. Now I've caught a cold and have a fever. My temperature has reached 395 degrees. If this continues, something bad will happen. She made me cold medicine. She made me drink it spoon by spoon to avoid making it too bitter for me. She even ran downstairs at midnight to buy chocolate. She treats me like a child. She has patience. You have to take medicine even if it's bitter. Taking medicine while having something sweet. I really have to take responsibility for the wedding. You know I strive for perfection. I'm always able to find something I'm not satisfied with. After waking up, I found that there was no one in the room because I was sick. The director told me to take a few days off, to take good care of myself. My head still feels very heavy. After having a simple breakfast, I lay back down. I don't know how long it passed. Amelia suddenly pulled me up. She thought I wasn't awake enough. She splashed cold water on my face. "I called you so many times. Why didn't you answer? Are you deliberately angry with me? You are really ruthless. Ethan's surgery failed. I will make you pay for this. I'm feeling very dizzy right now." I couldn't help but retort. Who is Ethan? Only then did she realize I had nothing to do with Ethan. I have been sick all day today, Lucas. She stammered an explanation. She reached out to help me. I felt a bit clearer in my head, so I dodged her hand. I walked towards the bathroom. She thought it was because I was the best surgeon in the hospital, that I deliberately wouldn't do the surgery for Ethan. It's just too funny. I changed out of those wet clothes. It's really unbearable. I might have a fever again tomorrow. Lucas, are you feeling any better? Amelia brought over a cup of hot tea. I didn't take her tea. I was thinking about having a good chat with her, a peaceful breakup. She answered a phone call and hurried out the door. Before leaving, she told me to wait for her to come back and talk. The last meal. I wanted to leave a good impression on her. I made a table full of her favorite dishes. I sent her a WeChat message, asking her to come back early to talk. She replied with a playful kiss emoji. But by midnight, she still hadn't come back. Later, I opened her alternate account. I found that she updated 5 or 6 posts all at once. This time, Ethan showed his true colors, while Amelia only revealed a bit of her hand or hair. The two of them enjoyed dinner by candlelight, both wearing brand new diamond rings. They looked particularly well matched. I lost Amelia's care. Instead, I feel a lot more relaxed. Back to the hospital. This is my last day at work. The director and my colleagues helped me prepare the documents for going abroad. This trip abroad will last for half a year. Not only do I need to study hard, I also want to see the sights outside. I smiled and agreed. My colleagues prepared a great plan with a proud expression on their faces when going out to play. "Don't forget us. Remember to bring back some gifts," I promised. Recently, having such a group of good colleagues around is really nice. It's great. In the afternoon, an unexpected person walked into the clinic. Ethan was leaning on a cane, with a clear look of disdain on his face. This guy looks a bit like me. He also studies medicine. He can be considered a qualified substitute. "I heard you were originally going to get married, but as soon as I mentioned going back to my country, Amelia has postponed the wedding." He intentionally brought up the wedding. No man can tolerate his fiancée dragging out the wedding. I kept a calm expression. I continued to work calmly. The injury on my foot needs to be debrided. I will take care of the necessary arrangements. I'll step out to find a nurse to handle it. Ethan was holding a list. He hasn't left yet. Did I hit a nerve? I heard that your wedding theme is blue. Have you thought about the reason? That's because I like blue. We once agreed on it. The wedding would be in blue. I didn't say anything, but I felt a pang of pain in my heart. So that's it. Amelia has 10 pieces of clothing in her wardrobe. Surprisingly, 5 of them are blue. Even my tie is blue, I have to say. Blue occupies a significant portion of us. Regarding the design of the wedding, I originally wanted a traditional Chinese wedding, but Amelia insisted on having a Western-style wedding. She even replaced the traditional white with blue. She said it would be very special, like the heart of the ocean filled with blue romance. She has studied every shade of blue thoroughly. Looking back now, this wedding was actually not designed for us. I never knew the truth. I was also worried she was too busy with work. Her health might not be able to handle it. I clenched my fists tightly, suppressing the anger inside me. I pressed the calling bell. Ethan finally left, but I still felt very uneasy inside. When it was time to get off work, as soon as I opened the door, Amelia slapped me. My face felt hot, but my heart felt even worse. I looked up at her. With a furrowed brow, my heart was filled with shock and confusion. What exactly are you doing? Amelia wiped her hands in displeasure. It's a thought of a petty person. My mind is in a mess. I really don't understand what happened. Amelia didn't say anything. She was just casually packing her luggage. Her eyes only saw those blue clothes, neatly folded, with a faint smile at the corner of her mouth. She seemed very happy until she walked out with her suitcase. I still can't figure out why. The only thing that was different today was that I met Ethan, but it was just an ordinary checkup. Nothing else happened. Clarify the situation. When she was about to close the door, I suddenly grabbed the handle of the suitcase. I've never done anything despicable. She let out a laugh, disdainfully pushed my hand away, as if I were something disgusting. Don't think too highly of yourself. Ethan came to you for treatment after his foot was injured. Why did you deliberately make him soak in hot water longer? It made his injury more severe. I can't walk for the next couple of days. The postponement of the wedding. Didn't I already tell you? I just want things to be a bit better. What issue do you have with Ethan? What exactly did he do wrong? She got more and more agitated as she spoke. It pushed me to keep retreating. My rationality is about to collapse. We've loved each other for 5 years. We've known each other for 10 years. Yet I couldn't resist the words of my first love. My heart is racing. I couldn't help but shout. I will not use my identity as a doctor to harm others. Others may not understand. Don't you know either? 10 years ago, my mother passed away because of an irresponsible doctor. So I decided to dedicate myself to the medical field. My goal is to become a good doctor, to help more people. She clearly knows about this matter. She even went with me to pay respects to my mother, but it seems she has long forgotten. Tears welled up involuntarily. A few drops fell. I stubbornly wiped away my tears. Although Amelia couldn't bear it, she immediately changed her expression after receiving the call. Ethan's voice came through clearly. Amelia. My foot had swollen even more. Amelia hurriedly left the house. Every word she said pierced me like a knife. Ethan is not you. He meant no harm. The room fell silent again. I lay exhausted on the carpet, listening to my own breathing. It turned out I had so many complicated thoughts inside me. I sighed. Suddenly I understood. She had already made her choice, and my entanglement was actually a sign of disrespect. I pulled over my suitcase, preparing the things I needed to take abroad. Looking at the once cozy little nest, I felt a bit sentimental. The photo on the bedside was split in half. Only Amelia's side remained. I have organized the bedding very neatly. This way, it will be much more convenient for Ethan to come in. I bought a pair of little fish. I'm planning to raise them to be plump, to show off at the wedding. Later, I'll watch the fish in the tank. I decided to give them to the security guard downstairs. He didn't expect to see such big fish. His expression was one of surprise, so I shrugged, indicating my helplessness. I'm getting ready to go abroad. I'm feeling much more relaxed. This home no longer has my mark. My heart has also become more serene. Before boarding, I received a text from Amelia. He told me that he no longer blames me. It was all a misunderstanding on his part. He heard cold water rash out water. He said he would come back after taking leave in the afternoon. We should gather at home. I only mentioned ice packs. I never said anything about cold water. Actually, there's nothing to explain. I turned off my phone. I got on the plane. I took a nap. I just got a signal on my phone after waking up. Amelia sent a lot of messages. Lucas, what are you doing? Why are there so many things missing at home? Is this meant to make me apologize? All right, I apologize. Is that enough at this age still playing these tricks? I said to meet in the afternoon. Stop being unreasonable. Why aren't you back yet? I lost interest after trying a few times. I calmly sent a breakup message. I blocked and deleted you. From start to finish. Amelia couldn't believe she was deleted. At first, she was very angry. We've been together for so long. It was always me taking the initiative. This made her feel a bit embarrassed, but slowly, she felt empty inside, as if something was missing. Ethan asked her to watch the meteor shower, but she was not interested. Why is that? I've been looking forward to the meteor for a long time. Ethan is still by my side. Logically, I should be incredibly happy. But when she thinks about how I cried that day, she starts to regret what she said. My mother is the one place in my heart that cannot be touched. She texted me today to try to repair our relationship, but she bought the food I like. When I got home, I found it empty. Even the photo by the bedside is missing half of it. She feels a headache coming on. Her hard-earned concern went unanswered, as expected. I can't be too proactive with her. She learned from me and blocked me. After all, I was always the one to compromise first. She knows that I love her deeply. About that car accident that happened once, I shielded her with my body. As a result, I broke 3 ribs myself. I saved her. She had no injuries at all. She thinks to herself, I just want to throw a little tantrum, but this time, she hasn't received any messages from me. So I was taken off the blacklist. I waited a few more days. But still, there was no response. She frowned. Her heart was getting more anxious. She felt very uncomfortable. Finally, she couldn't hold it in anymore. She was eager to know my news. She kept tapping on her phone. All she heard was the electronic notification sound. She didn't have time to put on her shoes and just ran out the door. She stopped in front of the security room. Her emotions were a bit agitated. Where did this fish come from? The security guard looked confused. It was sent by Lucas. He said he was going abroad. He can't take care of this fish anymore. Amelia was stunned. She felt her legs go weak. Every step was particularly difficult. She couldn't believe all of this was real. These 2 fish are couple fish, just like them. No wonder there's only 1 fish left in the tank. I rushed to the hospital with great difficulty. I heard that I'm really going to leave. I'll have to wait another 6 months. She clutched the director's clothing tightly. Tears streamed down her face. I am his family member. Shouldn't you communicate with family members first during your meetings? I want to file a complaint against your hospital. Although the colleagues don't know what happened, they have some guesses. A straightforward colleague said, if you're not married, you're not considered family. That's when Amelia remembered. The wedding has been postponed 10 times. When she came here before, everyone called her sister-in-law. She had long considered herself part of the family. She felt a bit confused inside. She slowly walked home, even with blisters on her feet. She didn't stop. It seemed she couldn't feel the pain. This home has many wonderful memories. But now, Lucas's traces have been completely cleaned away. She covered her face, tears streaming down. She frustratedly hit herself a few times. She knows she shouldn't judge by Lucas's professional ethics. It's too early to draw conclusions. She rarely sees me cry. It's easy to imagine how much I've been hurt. Nonetheless, she still doesn't want to complain about Ethan. After all, he misheard. He had an accident before. His hearing was affected, so he can't be blamed actually. It's all my fault. If I had waited a little longer, the truth would have been clear. I haven't thought about Amelia for a long time. I've been busy at the hospital every day lately. I've been learning new skills. I've also made quite a few foreign friends. Life has been fulfilling and happy. Everyone is studying medicine. Conversations flow naturally. There won't be any awkward silences. I remember once when I was shopping in a mall. A 7-year-old boy accidentally got stabbed in the stomach by an advertisement board. Blood was gushing out. The situation was very urgent. I quickly raised the doctor's certificate. I shouted loudly, "Move aside. I am a doctor." The little boy collapsed before the ambulance arrived. His parents were crying very sadly. They begged me to save their child. This is my duty. As a doctor, I must help him, of course. I immediately started first aid. Unexpectedly, a helper suddenly appeared beside me. Everything progressed smoothly. The little boy was finally taken to the hospital for surgery. The heavy stone in my heart was finally lifted. I turned around and found that the helper was my old middle school classmate, Olivia. "What are you doing here?" I took the initiative to greet her. She looked pretty much the same as I remembered, with her round, big eyes and fair skin. We were desk mates before, not like those casual boy-girl desk mates. We were very polite to each other. She had a faint smile on her face. Her smile revealed dimples, especially cute. She came here for academic exchange. That's when I realized she also studies medicine. I even had a crush on her for a while before. It's a pity she transferred schools. We lost contact after that. I'll have to ask you for advice more often in the future. I haven't had the chance to understand everything inside. She just smiled and said goodbye, disappearing into the sunset. It reminded me of her back in middle school. She was really a top student. Her memory was especially good. I didn't expect we would just bump into each other. She actually transferred to our college, and to the same department. Looks like I'll have to guide you around from now on, just to show some local hospitality. I joked with a smile, holding her hand. We became partners, consulting together, just like when we were desk mates before. We coordinated very well. Once, I heard a white doctor asking her, "Hello, I finally decided to resign and return to my country. Are you planning to find another job? Then I need to negotiate a position with the director." I was taken aback. I didn't expect Olivia to be a doctor at this hospital. So what was the reason for her resignation before? Olivia smiled gently. Her eyes radiated warmth. Actually, she resigned to go find someone, but after arriving here she couldn't help but follow along. She spoke about it casually. It made me feel a bit envious. What man has such a fortune? After coming back from the restroom, I found an extra gift on the table. Olivia was holding a small cake. She started singing the birthday song, "Happy Birthday, Lucas." The candlelight reflected on her face, making her look particularly radiant. I felt very warm inside. I didn't expect that after so long she still remembered my birthday. The cake was especially sweet, sweet enough to make me very happy. I remember back in middle school, she often brings me some little desserts. At that time, my mom wasn't feeling well. There was always a suffocating atmosphere at home. It made me feel uncomfortable. Even though she frowned every day, I could always find little cakes on the table. But those cakes never had mango flavor, because I'm allergic to mangoes. To thank her, when I graduated I folded a whole jar of paper cranes. I wonder if she received them. Thinking of this, I feel a bit shy. I think my folding must not look good. Olivia smiled happily. She said, "No, not at all. You folded them very well today. Work ended relatively early. We made plans to have dinner." As soon as I stepped out, Amelia called out to me from behind, with a trembling voice. Lucas and I both turned to look. Amelia's tears were flowing continuously. She stood in front of me and blocked my way. "Lucas, how could you be with a girl? You never got this close to female colleagues before." I smiled gently. It was because I was worried she might feel uneasy. So I was very careful. But what did she do? Not only did she hold hands with her first love, but she also let him wrongfully accuse me. Amelia was crying very sadly. Considering this is the hospital entrance, people come and go. It's not good for her. I patted Olivia and told her to wait for me at the pavilion ahead. I'll catch up with her after the chat. She nodded slightly and raised her phone. "Okay, I'll wait for you. Remember tonight's dinner, no problem." "I'm really looking forward to that steak." Amelia sniffled and pouted cutely. "Lucas, I knew you had feelings for me. I fully support your desire to further your studies. Anyway, I can work in different countries at any time." She said it very casually, but I remember this being brought up every year before. She always finds various excuses to decline. She saw that I had no reaction. She seemed a bit agitated. Are you with that girl? She looks pretty good on the outside. But don't you like me the most? And she doesn't seem like a good girl at all. She appears pure on the surface. But who knows how promiscuous she really is inside? Stop talking. I'm a bit angry. And I feel more disgusted with her. They are all girls. They casually spread rumors. We've already broken up. If you're in a good mood, just let it go. Amelia held my hand tightly. No matter how I struggled, I couldn't shake her off. Her eyes were red. She looked very sad. Lucas, you wouldn't really do this to me. I'm sorry. That day I accused you without investigating properly, and I even mentioned your medical ethics. She continued speaking. We will soon hold the wedding again. No more delays. Look, I posted the good news on my social media. She held up her phone. She wants me to praise her, but I just gave her a cold glance. I found it uninteresting. I don't understand. Clearly, she loves Ethan. Why is she now showing such deep affection towards me? We have already broken up. The wedding has also been canceled. It's not postponed. You understand? My tone was cold. Amelia couldn't take it anymore. She even felt her legs go weak. She wanted to kneel down. Why is this happening? We used to have many fights. I promised you. I won't make mistakes again in the future. I shouldn't have ignored you. And I shouldn't have doubted you. Olivia reacted quickly. She immediately supported her. This lady. My legs aren't in good shape. Remember to take more calcium. I didn't expect her to be so gentle. She actually mocked me. It almost made me laugh out loud. I ignored Amelia's request. I just took Olivia and left. If we don't leave soon, we won't get to eat the delicious steak. Olivia naturally linked her arm with my wrist. Amelia's eyes were filled with tears. She was crying hopelessly on the ground. She regretted not coming earlier. She thought about how things might be different if she had acted sooner. Would the outcome have been different? But Lucas won't give up on her. She regained her confidence, waiting at my door. She thought that as long as she suffered a bit more, I would feel sorry for her and change her mind. By the time Olivia and I enjoyed our meal and returned home, sure enough, I saw Amelia shivering from the cold. Crouching at the door, her voice was hoarse. She looked particularly pitiful. Lucas, I'm feeling really bad. She thought I would be like before. Hold her, take good care of her, but I just called for an ambulance. Lucas, why have you changed so suddenly? Have you fallen in love with someone else? She spoke quieter and quieter, as if afraid this were true. The scene in my mind wouldn't go away. They wore doctor rings, hands tightly clasped. Only those in love can be together. One-sided love is often not enough. Amelia shook her head desperately, thinking in her heart, no way. We've been in love for 5 years. We've known each other for 10 years. How could it be so easy to part ways? Give me another chance. I tried to find traces of her acting, but I found none. Haven't you already decided to wait for the one you love? This sentence echoed in Amelia's mind like thunder. She looked at me in surprise. Lucas, me, what does she want to say? But she doesn't know how to start. She doesn't know how I found out she created a second account, and I recognized her. It's also a coincidence. My colleague found this matter interesting, so they shared it with me. I will always remember everyone's teasing at that time. You're really a lucky person, being with the one you love. Ironically, the poor boy mentioned in the post is actually me. Now, she still wears that Dr. Diamond ring on her ring finger. It's the same model as Ethan's. I can't help but sneer. The one you love just happened to return home. I'm really happy for you both. The blue wedding looks very romantic, but I prefer the traditional red wedding. In the previous 9 times, I thought you valued our wedding. That's why I kept revising the plans. In the end, I really overthought it. You made me happy and disappointed again and again. Does this satisfy you? Let's let each other go. Let's part ways gracefully. Don't make things too awkward. Amelia looks really pale. Her eyes are filled with regret. She is clutching my clothes tightly. Her legs are very weak. She leaned against the wall to avoid falling. Lucas, I really didn't understand back then. I saw the information online. I was confused for a moment. I thought I loved Ethan, but after separating from you, I finally understood. It wasn't like that at all. My feelings for Ethan were just a nostalgia from my youth. Only you are the one I wish to walk hand in hand with for a lifetime. I am not moved by this at all. I just felt a chill down my back. Your acting skills are really good. She quickly understood what I said. She immediately retorted, I'm not acting. I'm sincere about you. I admit I just wanted to give it a try at first, but later, I really integrated you into my life. I can't live without you now. She became increasingly choked up as she spoke. I pulled my hand away from her tight grip. I couldn't help but laugh. I don't need your kindness for Ethan. I postponed the wedding 10 times for Ethan. You put a hat of unprofessionalism on me and slapped me. Amelia, you said we loved each other for 5 years. But you never believed me. You said I think too much, malicious, small-minded. Every time I said something, her face grew even paler. It seemed she remembered something. We are already engaged. You can't leave me. She wanted to raise the ring to prove it, but found out the ring had already been replaced. She could only helplessly put it down. It's okay. We'll wear new rings when we get married. Didn't you promise me? Do you want to buy the most beautiful diamond ring? Let's forget about the past. You like traditional Chinese weddings. Then let's do it your way. There's no need to dwell on it. Amelia, I left her behind. I went back to my room. I got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I didn't expect Amelia was still there. She was sitting downstairs in a daze. Meanwhile, I received an international call. It was Ethan calling. He was angrily scolding me on the other end. He said, don't think you've won. In fact, I had arranged everything that day on purpose. I told Amelia I misheard. She believed me. She would never blame me. She also said I better stay away from her. I couldn't be bothered to argue with him. I recorded the conversation and sent it to Amelia. Let her take care of herself. Don't come bothering me. Amelia has left. She sent me a message. She said she would handle everything. She asked me to wait for her. The next day, I returned to the hospital. Olivia was worried about my emotional state, so she took on a lot of my work. I heard she went to see you last night. Is everything all right? It's fine. Anyway, it's over between me and her. I'll be straightforward. The work has not been affected at all. She walked over to me. She sprayed a lovely jasmine perfume. I wrote something on the last page of your textbook before. I wonder if you saw it. I was momentarily stunned. It took me a while to react. On the last page of the junior high textbook, I wrote that I like you. The handwriting was in regular script. Olivia still seemed so calm. She knew how to handle the situation. You don't have to give me an answer right now. I know you just broke up. You don't want to start a new relationship. I just wanted to tell you about some things from the past. I was surprised, but I have a good impression of her. She slowly began to speak after transferring schools. I originally wanted to apply to the same university as you, but something happened at home. I unexpectedly went abroad. Over the years, I've been keeping track of your news. Seeing that you became a brilliant surgeon at the hospital, it makes me feel particularly proud. And I feel a bit closer to you. I heard from friends that you are getting married. At that time, I really wanted to give up this secret crush. I wanted to see you one last time. Watching you walk towards happiness from afar isn't so bad. But I didn't expect that when I returned to the country. You had gone abroad again. The wedding was postponed 10 times. I felt very upset at that time. I couldn't understand why any woman would treat you like this. You clearly hold happiness in your hands, yet you don't cherish it. Her eyes are full of love, and tears are shimmering. Seeing this scene moved me greatly. Some people are treated like weeds, while others are seen as treasures. But I still can't understand. She is obviously so outstanding. Why do I feel it's not enough? Olivia smiled, gently tapped my head with a pen. She said, "Are you not excellent? I remember when I just started middle school. There were many things I didn't understand. Learning was very difficult. It was you who lent me your notes. You also taught me a lot. You helped me find good study methods. There was another time. I didn't bring an umbrella. It was raining outside. I was also quite shy. As a result, I got wet. My clothes became very see-through. Everyone around was looking at me. You were the only one who took off your coat to shield me. At that moment, you were like a beam of light." She said up to this point she was almost in tears. I felt very upset inside. I quickly handed her a tissue. Actually, at that time, I didn't think those little things would stay in her memory for so long. What a silly girl. She remembers even the smallest kindness. I comforted her in the way I imitated. I found some candy to appease the child. Have something sweet. Your mood will improve a lot. The next time I saw Amelia was on TV. She went back to confront Ethan. As a result, the argument between them was very intense. Ethan was very firm. You actually can't forget me. We held hands while taking photos. She was also wearing a diamond ring. She pretended to be very affectionate. He said there were surveillance and medical records. But you don't believe it yourself. You blame me for lying. If you really love him, you should believe him. Amelia was feeling confused. She shouldn't be stuck in the obsessions of her youth. She actually has a great future ahead. Out of anger, she pushed Ethan down the stairs, repeating to herself, "It's all your fault. That's why Lucas would leave me. You have to take responsibility for this." She was shouting loudly. It seems to be a bit out of control. Ethan unfortunately got injured, resulting in paralysis of the lower body. Amelia caused someone to be seriously injured in an accident. She was sentenced to 7 years in prison after finishing her studies. Olivia and I were preparing to return to our country. At the boarding gate, I held her hand. "Thank you for your guidance." She smiled sweetly at me. On the day of the wedding, colleagues sent their blessings one after another. We held a traditional Chinese wedding. It was the first time she spoke so much. Facing the camera, she expressed her longing over the years. It made me unable to hold back my tears as well. After the wedding, we became a model couple in the hospital. The surgical duo worked perfectly together. Time passed quickly. Sometimes I think of what Amelia said in the comments section. She made a good point. Having love for each other is the best state of love. Honey, I have good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? Olivia said mysteriously. I felt very confused by what she said. Let's hear the good news first. Olivia took out the ultrasound report with a smile on her face. She said, "We are going to have a baby." I felt my hands shaking a bit. I looked at her with some concern. "What is the bad news then?" Olivia wrapped her arms around my waist. "The bad news is that you have to wait a year." It left me feeling both amused and helpless. But actually, life is still very happy.